Hello Horror Hounds, welcome to my horror house. Just a quick little video this evening because the teaser trailer for Scream 6 dropped today and it's a perfect little teaser. It does exactly what a teaser is supposed to do, and it now has got me super psyched for Scream 6. And now I have to wait for 3 months until the movie comes out, which sucks, but they've done it again. They've got me supremely jazzed for another Scream movie. The promos for Scream 5 did exactly the same thing, although they leaned very heavily on the legacy characters, especially Neve Campbell's history with the franchise. But I really liked Scream 5. You can find my review here if you're at all interested. I am bummed that Neve is not going to be in this, that they didn't pay her what she felt she was worth. I think she was right for asking, and I think she was right for saying no if she wasn't going to get paid what she felt she was worth. Like I say, the promos for the last movie, although she wasn't in it very much, lent very heavily on her presence and her history with the character of Sidney Prescott, and that movie was hugely successful, and she was definitely one of the cornerstones of the reason that that movie got people excited about Scream 5. That being said, at some point, if this franchise is going to be an ongoing concern, Scream 5 to me was a proof of concept that Scream can live beyond Wes Craven and still pay respect to Wes's legacy and what he did with the first 4 movies. So it was a proof of concept. I think it was an absolute success. If there are going to be more movies, at some point the franchise will have to move beyond the legacy characters. So if they're not going to pay Neve and she's not going to be in it, and solidarity with her, let's just tear the band-aid off and move on with it. The vibe of this teaser is exactly what I want. It's got me salivating for more Ghostface. I love the new cast. I love the notion that they will be able to develop and get sort of the screen time to grow into more rounded characters, just like the legacy characters did over their 4 and in some cases 5 movies. The setup is superb. A subway train in New York. It really sets now the scene for the new movie in a really short space of time. Exactly what a teaser is supposed to do. I love the tagline for this movie, New York, New Rules, which sort of echoes Scream 4's tagline of New Decade, New Rules. It goes from fun, sort of pop culture referencey. I mean, there are tons of people sort of dressed up as horror icons. I don't know if the movie's set in Halloween or there is just a horror movie convention happening in New York at the time. Loads of little things that you can spot. There's a Jason in there. There's a Pinhead, someone dressed up as the bride in Ready or Not, which is fab. And of course, loads of ghost faces. I adore the fact that even since Scream 2, they've really leaned into the fact that this is a really cheap store-bought costume that literally anyone can buy. So just because you see someone dressed up as Ghostface doesn't necessarily mean they're a threat. I love the scenes in these movies where there are multiple ghost faces and you're not sure if are these just fans of the Stab movies dressed up? Is one of them a killer? Are all of them a threat? Everything's go from, in this teaser, hey, cool, Screamy's back. Ah, cool, I recognise all of these cool characters, to, oh shit, this is quite serious, in a really short space of time. So yeah, Scream is back. We've seen some Scream shots of Ghostface, and he or she have got a sort of weathered mask. Think Michael Myers' weathered bust up mask in the David Gordon Green movie. So I hope to hell they're leaning into like legacy sequel territory and things like that. I do get a weird Jason Takes Manhattan vibe from this. I kind of hope they lean into that as well. This isn't the first time the franchise has left Woodsboro, but I think they're really going to lean into it this time. So hopefully Scream 6 will have a fresh, exciting new vibe whilst still, and it seems to still feel like a Scream movie just from the brief teaser we've had. What really intrigues me is that they're calling it Scream 6. So the last movie was called Scream, and they did the sort of legacy sequel thing for the title of that. And I guess the business thinking behind that is that a new generation of kids aren't going to go to the theatre to buy something that's tickets to something that has got a 5 at the end of it. So let's have a sort of quasi reboot and do-over, even though it's a direct sequel, exactly like David Gordon Green did with his Halloween 2018. But it seems to have been so successful, and let's be honest, based on the promotion for Scream, for the last Scream, we were under no illusions that this wasn't Scream 5. I'm really pleased that they haven't sort of gone I thought that they were going to go the subtitle route, because if they didn't like a 5, who would like a 6? Do you see what I mean? So I thought it was going to be Scream in New York or Scream NYC or something like that. So for someone who likes their horror franchises to honour the legacy of the films that have come previously, I'm just ridiculously pleased that it's called Scream 6. And I know it's a small thing, but there's no reason we shouldn't get excited for a 6th instalment of a franchise if it's going to be good. And I know this is just a teaser, but I think Wes's legacy is in safe hands. And yeah, sign me up. I want more of this cast. I want more of these directors expanding on the world of Scream, and I want more Ghostface, baby, and it looks like we're really going to get it. Scream is going to take over again in March next year, and I am down for that.
I bid you welcome.
I welcome you to my house.
Welcome to my house.
Welcome to my home.